Amidst ban on rallies in Edo State, Oshomole, other APC leaders in Edo State welcome Osage Izeyemo as some injured persons lie in the hospital. And the Attorney General of the Federation, Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, has asked to take over the case of Omoyele Sowore, but Sowore's lawyer, Femi Falana, responds. Hello everyone and welcome to the program. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I'm Sean Kimale at Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos. Let's tell you about the Sowore matter. That's where we begin from tonight. And the latest on that case, another twist has emerged in the prosecution of the convener of the Revolution Now protest, Omoyele Sowore, as the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice, Mr. Abubakar Malami, has ordered the Department of State Services to forward the case file to his office. The order is contained in a letter from the AGF's office addressed to the Director General of the DSS at the Abuja headquarters. A statement from the AGF spokesperson explains that the order is part of deliberate efforts to probe emerging issues related to the recent controversy surrounding Sowore's case and for speedy dispensation of justice. Meanwhile, Mr. Sowore's counsel is not taking the Attorney General's action to heart, as he insists that the AGF's action is not a takeover because, according to him, the AGF himself was the one that filed a case against Sowore and farmed it out to Dr. Hassan Lima, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Mr. Femi Falana noted that the prosecution had been advised that Sowore cannot be convicted on the basis of the proof of evidence filed in court. He says the DSS has refused to make the statements of the prosecution witness available to the defendants as ordered by the trial court. The senior lawyer says he's convinced that the pending case would collapse like a pack of cards, even though the DSS is currently fishing for evidence to nail Sowore. Let's get some other stories that we are following for you on our political roundup.
President Muhammadu Buhari has returned to the nation's capital, Abuja, after attending the two-day Aswan Forum on Peace and Development in Egypt alongside other African leaders. The president had participated in sessions where the need to chart a course for sustainable peace and development on the continent was discussed. He also met with the Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi on the sidelines of the forum, where they both pledged to collaborate to eradicate terrorism in parts of Africa. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Mohammed, has charged judges in the country to always respect their oath of offices by being just and fair in the discharge of their judicial functions. He said that as judges are accountable to God for their deeds, they must ensure that they dispense justice with honesty and transparency to all manners of human beings that come their way. The CJN, who spoke at the inauguration of Justice John Soho as the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court and Justice Benedict Kanyip as President of the National Industrial Court, asked them to live up to expectations of Nigerians. The chairman of the Action Democratic Party, Mr. Yabagi Sani, is calling for a true independent electoral body which is devoid of influence from the executive. Mr. Sani was speaking during the visit of the leader of the opposition Malawi Congress Party in Abuja. He says elections in the country can be free and fair if the head of the electoral body is not appointed by the president. He therefore calls for an independent electoral system as well as the parliament, adding that the rule of law must come to be in order to achieve credible elections in the country. Governor Aminu Masari of Katsina State has dissolved the Pilgrims Welfare Board, including its head. The governor announced the dissolution after being presented with the 2019 Hajj report by the head of state delegation to the 2019 Hajj in Saudi Arabia and Chief of Staff Muntari Lawal. The board was immediately dissolved after the Hajj exercise following allegations that some officials at the board have been in a habit of defrauding the state government in the discharge of their duties. The Ebonyi State Governor, Dave Umahi, has presented a 2020 appropriation bill of 178 billion naira tagged Budget of Growth, Consolidation and Transformation to the State House of Assembly. According to the governor, capital project is 132 billion naira, representing 74.13% of the total budget, while 46 billion naira, that's at 25.87% of its total budget, is for recurrent expenditure. As the House passes the estimate for first and second reading, the governor is optimistic that the 2020 budget will help sustain the development and rehabilitation of various categories of critical socio-economic infrastructure to aid the delivery of basic services and encourage entrepreneurship and industrialization. The Chairman House of Representatives Committee on Insurance and Actuarial Matters, Darlington Wokocha, is insisting that no stone will be left unturned in investigating the activities of the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund, NSITF. He was reacting to a motion raised in the House of Representatives alleging that a fraud of $2.3 billion had been committed by the management of the NSITF, which was believed to have been carried out without the authorization of the board of the fund or approval of the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment.